Hello. I just brought you on my little morning walk. I do it in spring and summer because otherwise winter I'm too cold. Maybe this year I'll try. But yeah, it's a nice little walk. Oh, it feels good. It feels so good to go out for a walk. Also, walking, it's such a good opportunity to focus on my hips. I feel really lost when I try to feel into my hips. But walking gets me aware of that triangle of your two back hip bones being here and here, and there's a grounding point triangulated underneath them, kind of just a bit lower than where your tailbone ends. I feel like it's the position that you should be in when Pilates people tell you to scoop your pelvis or your tummy or whatever, and it feels really grounding. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little footage. I think I got some royal parrots. What are they called? King parrots, which is really nice. Yeah, I want to talk about learning about your body again, because that's what I'm kind of in at the moment. I've been noticing that I've been needing to adjust to a different kind of constitution, and it's admittedly I kind of went into it just a little bit aesthetic and a bit shallow, because my solar return last year was a Pisces rising, and love, my partner has Pisces Venus, and so he loves me in blue, and I was like, what a time to take advantage of that. I'll wear more blue. I don't know what else. I think that was all I kind of got into, but yeah, I've been seeing it a bit. Been seeing it a bit in just, I guess, the way that my mind seems to be working. I don't know if that's a collective thing though, because I think I can see the Neptune influence over my state of being, my general state. But I learned in the little medical astrology course that I took, a beginner course, that Pisces rising is the weakest constitution to have as a person. It just makes you very susceptible to illness. And I have found that. I got really sick in November last year, which is a weird time for me to get sick. I know that there's a bout of sickness at the beginning of spring, but at the beginning of November, mid-November even, I think, I got really sick because I stayed out. Admittedly, I was on top of a cliff past sunset, but typically my body would be, I had a blanket with me. I stayed relatively warm. It's also around that time that I noticed I just I'm bruising a lot easier. I'm getting cuts a lot easier. I just seem to be just that bit more delicate. When you think of immutable water, it's very flowy, water signs are very soft. I'm not going to say that water sign risings are prone to injury, because I don't actually know that, but there's something inside of me that's drawing that conclusion. Anyway, it's been a whole thing. I've been noticing the different ways that it's showing up, and it's been a bit of a shock, because I also learned in that medical astrology course that Leo rising is the strongest constitution, because you're ruled by the sun, which is vitality. And so I think I've not that I haven't been affected by any of my risings before, but I think there's just a stark difference in, I go about my life just I'm a pretty healthy person, generally. And physically, I should clarify, my physical body, my physical constitution is generally quite healthy. I have a good immune system. It's pretty good. It's still pretty good because I am still natally a Leo rising, but I am just noticing subtle inflections of, I guess, the ways in which I kind of take that vitality for granted, because it's just kind of assumed and it's just my norm. Whereas now there's just a little layer of vulnerability in just being more susceptible to illnesses, injury. I'm definitely way more I am already a pretty highly sensitive person, but it's kicked up a little bit of a notch. And so I'm learning that my boundaries have just extended that little bit, and that there's a need for awareness to come in. And I'm learning that really directly in my cycle as well. Like the past 2 cycles, I've been late. And the only things that I've changed, or the only things that I think have been flagged in my mind, is that where previously, the past 2 years especially, I've been really honing in on getting in sync with myself and eating with what my body needs, and like adjusting my energy levels and trying to plan my life, like not down to the T, but like in terms of like saying yes or no to like obligations or meeting friends or whatever, like just kind of structure my life to where I know my energy will like allow me. Like going on big walks when I'm in ovulation, that kind of thing. Like, I know friends when I hang out when I'm in my luteal, suggesting just to kind of stay in and talk, or like whatever, that kind of thing. The past 2 cycles though, especially in my luteal, I've been just doing a lot. And I think, again, like my general constitution is like that I have energy most of the time. So while I'm in it, I'm able to do it, but I've definitely paid the price for it. And I did that 2 cycles ago. And then it kind of flowed onto this cycle. Like I didn't have as like bright of a follicular phase or ovulation. Like it all just felt like a little bit whack, like the dominoes started falling, I guess. And led to me being 12 days late. So like I had my luteal phase, which is like generally 2-ish weeks. I got like another almost 2 weeks. So I was just in luteal for like a month. And that can do something to a person. I'm not gonna exaggerate it though. Like I recently, maybe in the past like year, I've really just settled into loving every single phase of my cycle. I've been really proud of where I've gotten myself to. Hasn't always been that way. And so it's not the worst thing, but definitely by the end of that like last week, especially because when you're stressing out about possibly being pregnant, like it's stressful, like some degree. There's just this new layer of like stuck that you can feel, I think. And it felt so relieving to get my period, because I felt a sense of like movement and flow come back in my life, like literally flow. I felt like it was so relieving, on top of the fact knowing that I wasn't pregnant. Look, not to say that like, you know, I guess like thoughts and like ruminations about pregnancy, unplanned pregnancy and children is like a whole other thing. But, you know, it's not necessarily something that I'm planning for right now. So there is a sense of relief. But my initial reaction is to be a little bit unnerved by it and like blame myself a bit. To be like, this is your fault. You fucked up. You've done this to yourself. And it's bad that these are like, this is the fallout of like you pushing yourself too much and not listening to yourself. But also, I don't know, I've been trying to combat that kind of negative perspective on it, more pessimistic perspective, and I'm seeing it as, rather than putting myself down about it and rather than seeing all these signs as signals of failure, I'm trying to see them as signals of my body just calling out to me to like adjust and pay attention a little bit more. Because I had like an on and off relationship with the pill. I would always want to go off it. Maybe like 6 years ago, I really just didn't want to be on any birth control. I used to have the bar and I hated it. And then I went off it, and so I started taking the pill, and I had an on again, off again relationship with the pill, because I would go off it and then like I would start to kind of not have the best moods, and like my sleep wouldn't really be that great, and so I'd go on it again, but I'd be really bad at taking it consistently. When I moved away from home, I just didn't have the money to keep getting the pill. I didn't know, I hadn't really been tapped into the conversation of like the ways in which hormonal birth control like sometimes isn't the best for you to be on. If you need to be on it, you need to be on it. It is not my role to pass judgment. Also not my role to take part in that conversation for other people's bodies. But I hadn't really been tapped into that conversation. It was more out of like, one, laziness, and two, not having the money. And so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go off it. But then I was off it for like maybe 3-4 months, and then I started getting acne, and then I started to get really bad acne, and then I started to get really bad cystic acne, and it was bad. It was bad for the first year. But I moved here in 2020. It started to get really bad, probably like mid 2021. And then like in terms of like, it started like, it was like all over my jaw. Probably about April, May, it started being like just like little bits, and then it got really, really bad. And then by like October, November, December, January, February, cystic, like bad. And I like googled it, and it was hormonal acne, and it was my hormones being like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, not like blame, like not in a blame way, but just like, what's happening? And so since then, I've been trying to work with my cycle and like work with my hormones and get regulated. And I would say 2025 was the first year. I think 2024 I started seeing everything pay off. And then 2025 was the first year that I was like, I've got this. I feel really great in like every phase of my cycle. I feel comfortable. I'm so happy, because it wasn't just cystic acne. Like there was emotional stuff, there was sleep stuff, there was everything. But yeah, I went through figuring it all out, finding things that worked for me, problem solving, and I have a lot of tools around me. And so I think coming to this kind of like junction where I'm seeing myself just kind of have these reactions that are different. They're different kinds of reactions, but I have so many tools at my disposal. I know what to do. So I think this dysregulation is just, it's not causing much. It's just all of these signs and signals are there for me to pay attention to be able to do something about, rather than there to just tell me that I'm a failure and I'm like no longer like at home in my body, which is how I think I was choosing to take it initially. I think it's good that I see it. I think it is good that I have this constitution that is so like readily impacted by my choices, because it prompts you to reflect and to take your choices seriously. So I'm happy. I'm on day 4, and like one of the things is that like I typically, my cycle before this like period, like this constitution, like being Pisces rising, this bigger cycle, I would bleed for about 3 days, and it would be really, really heavy. Maybe not really, really heavy, but it would be heaviest on day 1 and day 2. 3 would kind of just like be slowing down. Day 4 would kind of be slowing down again, like not really much, and I'd be done by day 5. I'm on day 4 and I'm still bleeding. I was still getting cramps on day 3 and 4. I know that there are people that have worse periods than this, or like they deal with like heavier symptoms. I get it. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that these are the things that I'm noticing, and it's very different. And so I'm having to like tailor the kinds of things that I do to cater to that, which is like, I've been for the past couple of days, I've been thinking about juniper berry. I've never really used it that much before. I've always had some. I've used it every now and again, but it's like, it's a antispasmodic, I believe, and it's like best to use in your menstrual phase if you need that kind of support. And it's like, that's like kind of what I understand it to be used for. And I've also been really, really drawn to lavender, because I think I've been, like in my last video, I've been needing to rest a little bit more actively and consciously, Like there is no kind of just like chilling down for like 20 minutes and like that's enough. It's kind of like, no, I need to plan like a whole day where in which I can still get things done, but I still feel like I'm in a restful state. Like last year, for example, I was a Capricorn rising, so I feel like I was able to get like little bits of what I needed throughout my day, and like that would be enough. Like this kind of like cardinal energy of just like, okay, if I need rest, I can just rest and I can take a 20-minute nap and that'll be good. Whereas now it's kind of like, if I want to take a nap now, I can still take a 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute nap. The naps will be a little bit longer. It like won't always happen when it's planned. I kind of just have to accept it when it comes over me. And I can't do anything after I've had a nap. Like I can't. It's just not happening. Like it's just not happening. Whereas like last year, I could have a nap and I could be like, ah, nice. I'm finding now, if I need a nap, my body will tell me I'm gonna have one and I'm kind of done for the day. I can still like get some stuff done, but I'm not gonna be a switched on person. If I'm seeing anyone, I'm telling them like, hey, I'm kind of not really like, I don't have a lot to give. I can listen. I'm a good listener after that period, but I don't have a lot to give. And it's just learning these little things that I think is taking me back on that journey of like self-discovery that I love. As a first house stellium girl, I love the journey of self-discovery. It's so fun. And so I guess that's another thing that I'm kind of like trying to like bring my awareness to, is that like this is really a gift because it's allowing me to do the thing that I've always loved doing. That's where I'm at. I feel really good today. I feel really good after that walk. My house feels really clean and nice. But yeah, I also am feeling really guided by this place. Like my North Node in this return is in my first house, which is what it is natally as well. So I think I'm just feeling this. I'm feeling the Pisces rising placement, and I'm feeling so, I guess, enlightened by the realizations that come around with it, because it's returning me back to my North Node and first house placement. It's what's really guiding me. It's all like, it's getting me to see my like natural natal disposition in a complete different way, but in a complementary way. And I'm really grateful for it. Anyway, yeah, I made a tea this morning and it is juniper berry. Can I lift it out? Do I want to lift it out? No. It's got white lotus, juniper, peony root, nettle, raspberry, and lavender. And it's probably going to taste like ass because nettle and raspberry aren't great. But
hi, hello. I feel like Nisa, or like, you know, people that like jump in, they're like, this is editing so-and-so. I'm just here to say that the tea tastes awesome. I went really heavy on the lavender and that was a good decision. Also, I've been meaning to say raspberry leaf, not raspberry. Raspberry, the berry, is delicious, but that's not what's in there. Raspberry leaf and nettle, not known for tasting amazing, but the lavender is saving the day. So if you make it, juniper berry, peony root, I'll put a white lotus in there as well. Raspberry leaf, nettle, heavy on the lavender. Feels really good. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
I think nettle has a lot of calcium or magnesium. I don't know, girl. I know that they're good. And I know that peony is also pretty supportive for not menstrual in your period. Like I just know that it's a good feminine herb. Lavender is really great in nerve iron. I love white lotus. I don't recall a lot about it at the moment. It just felt right. A lot of my stuff is vibes based. Don't worry, I have done, I don't know, I feel like I'm scared about getting backlash of like herbs. I have done research into all of the herbs that I own, and I know that somewhere in there is the knowledge, like the textbook knowledge, but a lot of what ends up coming out is vibes based. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this pot of tea. I also made some like a little magnesium bath salt mix. It was magnesium and MSM. which is really good for your, I take it every morning, but it's really good for your muscles and your joints. And I think I'm gonna take a bath and finish Howl's Moving Castle. That's probably what I'm gonna do after that. And then I don't actually know if I'm gonna do anything for the rest of the day. If I do, and if it feels like something that I want to share, or if any of the thoughts come up, I might check back in. But if not, I'll see you later. Alright, unbeknownst to me, I didn't expect it, but it got up to like 32 today, so I didn't have a shower. I do want to show you my little magnesium salts. I'm very proud of them. They're very cute. But I'm just about to go to the grocery store and get my little follicular meals for the day. For the day? For the oncoming week. Incoming week. Oncoming? Incoming? I think they serve the same purpose. But yeah, I think I mentioned it in my little talking thing before. One of the tools of like getting my cycle back into check, or like rather getting me in check with my cycle, was eating. Eating what my body kind of, the core kind of nutrients that your body's needing for the time. I'm not going to be the person that tells you what is what. I learned a lot from, I actually got a lot of my information from Instagram. I was following, I'm going to see if I can try and find the people and link them below. But I was following one really good page that did written ones, and I can't really remember it because I don't really remember the personality of the person, but I remember Aquaman. Because like the written things, nothing really comes to mind except like the writing. I'm gonna have to try and reactivate my Instagram and find it. But Aquaman, ARC.woman on Instagram. She is an Australian content creator. She's really great. From what I experienced, I really liked the way that she like phrased all of her content. She gives really great ideas and inspirations for like little food things, and she's really, I think she's a really good advocate for women's health that I was able to experience. So I haven't really been watching her recent stuff. I doubt she's gone downhill because she was really great. Who knows? You never know though. But yeah, I think maybe I'll come home, share with you what I've got, what I'm planning for the week, and also just I guess some other observations that I've been feeling out, because I'm really feeling, yeah, I'm continuing to just kind of like try and work with that gratitude that this whole season of Pisces rising kind of thing. I also have got Moon and Venus in 6th house, so I think that's what a little bit of this is, and I'm learning to love it. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the shops and I will be back probably to sit down and chat, or maybe because I'm gonna prep some pasta. Actually, I can't be bothered. I'm not gonna film myself in my kitchen again. It was an effort. Yeah. We are quickly losing daylight, but I just kind of want to tack off. Because I did film something in my car saying I would talk to you about, I guess, like food and stuff. Because I guess as I've been filming this, I've been feeling it just kind of turn into talking about my cycle. Sorry, it's still hot. It's like almost 9, or maybe it's like 8:30, and it's still hot. I'm drinking, well, I'm eating yogurt. I wanted to share more stuff that I was like kind of helping myself that I felt was help. I wanted to share some more stuff. Okay. I wanted to share some more stuff that I felt was kind of helping me ease in, or like, yeah, ease into that kind of like final week of my luteal phase and just make things feel a bit easier. I was drinking coconut water. Now, this could be like pseudoscience, but I love coconut water. I buy whatever one is on special. Currently, this one was on special. I don't know how bad it is for the environment. I don't know. But apparently it's really good for trying to induce your period. I was like Googling and I was like, what can I do? Oh my god. It says be careful about it though if you're not trying to induce your period. It said be careful that like during it can affect your hormones, I think. And it said no more than like 2 coconuts a day, which is like there's 4 coconuts typically in a liter. So, but also it helps with cramping on your period. It's like, I don't know, I was like reading up on coconut water because I was really drawn to it for this cycle for some reason before I found out that it like has maybe something to do with like inducing a period. Maybe I was just like drinking so much of it, like so much. Just really should, like, I love it, it's delicious, but like, girl, chocolate coconut water. Something that kind of helped me get a sense of flow, dry brushing. This, I kind of go on and off about it, like in the sense of not my feelings about it, but like my patterning and routine with it isn't always the best. But whenever I'm feeling particularly like sluggish or stuck, and this usually comes in my luteal phase, this baby, dry brushing my skin makes me feel so good. And eating the foods that make me feel good. I actually, maybe I should get my iPad. One sec. So, this luteal phase, coincided with the Capricorn new moon, so I was trying to eat a lot of root vegetables anyway, but I try to always have sour cherry juice because it's got magnesium in it. Well, it's a magnesium rich food or drink rather, and that can help you relax. I also just roasted a fuck ton of pumpkin, and I made mashed sweet potato and potato, and then I had like steamed cabbage leaves and roasted onion and garlic and pumpkin, and it was so good, and that just pretty much lasted me like the whole week, which was really nice. I've got here in my little thing, nutrition. Ideally you want to focus on calcium, fiber, potassium and iodine. That's right, dried seaweed snacks. I also just eat so much dried seaweed, it's so good. And goat's cheese, because it's the only cheese that can really go with me, so I do that. And almonds, I eat a fuck ton of almonds as well. Yeah, also I just put hemp seeds on everything. But that was in like the last week, because I think I was still freaking out before that, and then like the last week I kind of snapped in and I was like, come on girl, let's get this bitch on the road, like let's lock in, as the kids would say. Let's lock in. But as I said, I'm gonna link Aquaman. I tried to like I can't find anything. Instagram, I don't like it anymore. But follicular phase, what I've got down is like vitamins to focus on: vitamin B6, B9, vitamin C, vitamin D, and iron. I do a little list. Is it going to be backwards when I actually print it? I do a little list of things, and then I figure out meals and a shopping list. And I'm not going to go through all of it because it is just a little bit easier for me to just tell you. But for my follicular, I'm going to be eating muesli with berries and bananas, curried egg sandwiches with spinach and goat cheese, and red sauce pasta with like mushrooms and spinach and tomatoes and probably some more goat cheese and broccoli. Even though I like steamed broccoli, I'm probably just going to steam some broccoli and potato to have on the side, because potato is a part of it and broccoli is a part of it. So that's what I got. I like having this sense of control and sense of like structure. This is also helping me just kind of like feel connected because I feel aware of myself. And the last thing, which I think I will take advantage of tonight, I feel like it's finally just cooled down. I feel like, oh, maybe that's the yogurt. Maybe that's the yogurt. Maybe that's the yogurt hitting me. No, it's done. Anyway, my final thing that you probably won't be able to see that much because it's already getting really, really dark are my bath salts. I got out of like a bag, I got this big jar and this little jar. This is probably like one really good bath or 2 quick baths. And this is probably like 3 baths, I think. And what I used are Epsom salts. They're called magnesium salts, Epsom salts. This is magnesium with MSM. MSM is really good. What would it be called? Molecule? It's a little fine white powder that is really, really great for your muscles and your joints. Even though it isn't Capricorn season anymore, I'm still just treating my body as if. And then I put in 3 herbs. Lavender, which has been my best friend recently. Rose, which is the eternal bestie. And calendula. It's a little yellow flower that's very, very calming and very soothing. You'll see a lot of calendula used in balms for the skin. It's really good at promoting healing. I'm pretty sure it like combined with vitamin E. Calendula and vitamin E. I think that's like a common thing for like healing and rejuvenation of the skin. So it's really calming, really soothing. Rose is just all things love and like adoration and admiration and just like having that self-love and connection to ritual of love with self, I think, in this circumstance. And lavender is just the most soothing, calming smell. This is even worse lighting than before, but I forgot to say, I added essential oils in. If you're gonna make bath salt kind of mix, for people who are watching that might want to do the same thing, add your essential oils to your dry flowers. That's going to be the easiest way to get the kind of scent in there. Mix it with like a wooden spoon or a metal spoon. Yeah, just like try to keep it away from your fingers. You can add a carrier oil if you'd like. Sometimes I find the oil, for me, I've used an oil in the past and it's made the flowers go moldy. I know these are essential oils. I don't know if there's anything different. I'm not the smartest, but I know that when I've added essential oils to the dry flowers, it hasn't caused problems. Maybe there's a special oil that you can use that doesn't cause any problems. I haven't found that, so I just stick to the safe side. You only need like 1 or 2 drops. You don't need a lot. They're very, very strong. Essential oils are very, 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 very strong, so you only need like a drop or 2. I used these ones from Perfect Potion. They're like the chakra blend. My sister bought them for my birthday like 5 years ago. It's the heart and then the solar plexus. It's like pretty much like there's a lot of like bergamot, vetiver, lavender. I think some of them have like neroli, frankincense, chamomile. Yeah, juniper is also in this one. So yeah. Essential oils, also really fun, and it's a really nice way to like give yourself a really calming and soothing ritual
that you also like imbued a little bit of like your own love and like, I don't know, effort and care for yourself in, and you can really feel that when you're in a bath. I'm about to go take one now, actually, because I want to. And it's hot and it's nighttime, and I feel like I need to do a thing where I like heat my body up hotter than it is the hot outside, so I come out of the bath feeling like it's a crisp, cool 16 degrees when actually it's like, what is it? What's the weather app saying? 27. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, that's it.
Oh my god. Ugh. I love flowers. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it. I'm getting really red because of my lamp. Even though it's a pink shade, it comes off on camera as red. I have been really liking... that's a really shallow way to say it. I've been really grateful for the opportunity that this like whole like process has given me of like reflection and like reaching back into my old tools, and because it has helped. I've been able to feel capable where I felt kind of unsettled and alien in my own body, and it's really helped me feel not only like myself again, but it's like reinforced this strength within me that I knew that I had, but I guess I second guessed or I doubted for a minute there when I started seeing these inconsistencies in my cycle. And I'm really happy at the end of it all. Whew. I thought I was just gonna sneeze. I'm not gonna cry, but my period seems to have mostly kind of like slowed as of today. It was kind of still going this morning, but it's kind of slowed throughout this day. And I could not be more relieved and more happy because it seems like maybe I am back to normal. I don't know. I don't even know. It's a new normal, I guess. But maybe my body's just like feeling me pick up on old rhythms, and it's like, okay. We can settle back now. We can just be normal again. Again, what's normal? Who knows? But sorry about the lighting. I hope this is maybe a more interesting, but like, or a new but still interesting kind of video for you to watch. I really enjoyed and had a lot of fun playing around with like different shots, and I have enjoyed. I've been editing it as I've been going, and it's been really fun. So I hope to keep doing it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back if you have watched me before. And hopefully I'm just going to get better at this. And it can just be more fun. I don't know. This is fun. I like this. I think I actually like just like the art of it all. In terms of just like finding little clips of my day that are pretty and like putting some intention. Like I was rereading my journal this morning so I could kind of like get an idea of how I've been feeling rather than just like hopping on cold turkey and being like, blah, which don't get me wrong, I see that still as valuable. But it felt nice to have like somewhat of a direction, because maybe that also has been what's given me like the motivation to have like a through line to keep talking about different things in different intervals and sharing different things and bringing in different aspects like the salts and the food and the like the brushing and the everything. So I hope you've liked it. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.